In this session, I want to share with you 5 powerful shifts that can help you manifest money 100 times faster with ease and flow. So let's dive in. So when we talk about manifesting money, there is an underlying concept, there is an underlying principle, which is as specific as 2 plus 2 equal 4. And until we really understand that, nothing really works. So let's first uncover what it is. So you have a money frequency. In my world, I call it money temperature. So what that is, that you are programmed on autopilot to attract certain amount of money every single month. And let's say that some month you attract more money, like you attract your money unexpectedly, or you get a pay rise or something, or you attract more money in your business. You will end up manifesting an expense because that threshold, that temperature has a purpose, and the purpose is that it wants to make sure that you are always attracting the same amount of money and you always hold the same amount of money. That's why people win lotteries and they lose all of that. That's why people attract more money and then somehow money leaves. It's like sometimes you attract money and then just end up giving it away or just losing it, or you manifest car breaking down or something. So what we are programmed to do without the conscious control on that is to hold a certain amount of money. And when we hold more than that, we manifest an expense. If we look at in the scientific way, 2 plus 2 equal 4, what's happening is that we have got a vibration, a frequency. That means when it comes to money, our body vibrates a certain way, like on a certain frequency at a certain speed. When we are thinking about money, when we're thinking about our bank account, when we're thinking about a financial situation, and that frequency resonates with a frequency in quantum, and we attract that possibility from quantum that is aligned with the frequency of our body. So if you imagine like two things moving, and they're moving at the same speed, right? Look, like the same speed, they will be connected. They're attracted towards each other. So when it comes to money, we have a frequency and we attract the possibility which is in resonance with their frequency from the quantum. This is the law of resonance, law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's how it works. So there is a frequency that you hold about money. Now, if you want to change that, because that's the only way to attract more money, if you think, oh, I will work harder, I will work more, it's not going to make a difference. Like, you might attract more money a little bit, and then your nervous system will change your behavior and you'll start procrastinating, you'll start scrolling on your phone. Even when you're working, right? Let's say you're working your job in your business, all the distractions that you have, like sometimes you pick your phone up and you're not focused, or you're not attracting the right ideas, opportunities, people, or things are happening. Everything is dictated by that frequency. So you cannot really outperform. The only thing you can do is you can change it. But in order to change something, you want to understand what it is. And what that thing is, that frequency has been created from your childhood. When you were growing up, when you were that baby rolled up in a nice blanket, sleeping, you could hear the conversations about money. You could hear the fear around money. You could hear your parents fearing about how they're going to pay bills and how they will, and always fearing that money will run out. All these things became the part of your frequency, your consciousness for money. So in fact, the feeling that they were feeling, your mind picked up and they got stored in you. Like, you are like, the way there was a worry about money when you were growing up, you picked that up, that became your habitual behavior, and now you're having the same experience with money. So what I get my clients to do, I get them to write a letter to money where they talk to money and really uncover what their relationship is and really see how they feel about money, like where money wasn't there, which really impacted their life, or how they really see money, what is their relationship. And in my signature program, Well Founded, we even do like some deep meditations where your body speaks to you and tells you that where those blocks are stored, where you have a certain relationship with money. So we had that. You uncover what is that frequency made of. And now I'm going to share with you really 5 powerful steps to change your money frequency. So the first thing is, which I briefly mentioned, that you uncover your relationship with money. You write a letter to money. You see, what do I really think of money? Like, if I didn't know anything about money, would I think the same thing I'm thinking right now? If there was unlimited supply of money, would I be thinking the same thing I think right now? Do I feel money is unreliable? I cannot trust it. Do I constantly fear it's going to run out? Do I feel it's so hard to earn? Like, what is your relationship, right? Uncovering that at a deeper level. There are some of the deep-seated beliefs that you don't even know, because most of them were implanted in you when you were a little baby or child, and you didn't even have your reasoning or conscious mind developed to say, this doesn't make sense. Like, even when you were told earning money is hard, you have to compromise, you have to sacrifice, it is difficult, it's for those people, it's not for all those things. Like, do you identify yourself as a middle class person? Like, I have so many clients who are doing so well. They have really worked to make their way here, probably more by their masculine, like doing energy, instead of tapping into their receiving. But because they consider themselves middle class. So if you have that identity and it's not peeled, it's going to constantly run your show. So you want to really uncover what is your current identity with money. The other thing that you really want to uncover is, how do you feel? So that is the first thing. You uncover your identity and you start to uncover your relationship with money, and you start to rewire it with positive things like, earning money is easy. How does that sound? What if earning money was easy, right? How would it feel if money was always there no matter what, and you can fully rely on it? Like, think of a relationship or a person in your life where you can fully rely on them. Like, even if you call them in the middle of the night, they will come. Like, they will never disappoint you. Can you have the same trust level with money? So start to reframe that for yourself, your identity, your relationship with money. Okay? The other thing is really important is the feeling, the frequency that you have when you check your bank account, when you pay the bill, when you swipe your card at the grocery store, when you buy something and pay it. How do you feel? With a lot of people, they feel like, oh my God, I feel it in my heart, or I feel I feel this feeling of, oh, what if money run out? That feeling results in your lower frequency, because right now, when you feel that, you're saying money's gonna run out. So your frequency is even less than your physical circumstance, because in your physical circumstance, you can pay. You have the money to pay, right? You're paying. You have the money. But what you're feeling is worse than that. You're feeling, what if money runs out? So you're feeling lower frequency than your actual reality, and then more money leaves. So can you start to feel really abundant from the place of that you have so much money, and you have money, and you're paying for that bill because you have money, and realizing that you get to enjoy the electricity or enjoy the grocery or have the food because you have money, you are abundant, right? So this can even work with $1. Like, if you're spending $1, or if you have less money that you desire, but if you do that practice, that you can do it and say that I have money. So the whole idea is you have it. So instead of feeling lack, you can focus on the fact that you have it. Okay. The third thing, which is really, really powerful, is to surround yourself where there is a lot of abundance. So go and sit in places in coffee shops where people are, where there is a bit of luxury, or posh places, or sitting in a hotel lobby, or going to Chanel store or Gucci store, or like your favorite brands, like going to the places and seeing that there is so much money being circulated every single day. How much money is being circulated through London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, like through the economies, through companies, through casinos, through, like, there is so much circulation of money. What is the car industry worth? Global car industry. What is the car industry worth in America? So if you see, like, money is constantly getting circulated. It's so much. It's everywhere. Okay, so when you're exposed to that, you normalize abundance. It's like Denzel Washington in one of his speeches, he said, if you hang around barbershop long enough, you'll get a haircut, right? So hang around abundance, hang around, give your mind the evidence, make the numbers that you want to manifest look small by looking at different different scenarios of money, because we have been exposed to the ideas of lack, and we want to feed our mind with the right information, with abundance, right? And the fourth thing what you want to understand is that setting your money frequency, so a new one. So your current money frequency is what you attract in your bank account every month, right? And this is so specific. Like when I had my corporate job and I switched that to my business, I found myself attracting exact amount of money that I earned in my corporate. Why? Because it doesn't matter if you change the vehicle. It's what you're programmed to attract. So you have to change and choose a new frequency, which I would recommend. Like if you're on 3,000, I would go for 10,000, 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month. Don't go to take steps and go faster instead of saying, okay, I'm going to manifest 1 million in 1 month. And then you're struggling to believe that if you can ever do that, right? So you want to go for big goals. Like if you are earning right now 3,000, 2,000 or 5,000 and you want to manifest 20,000, it will have a huge impact on your life. Like it's good money, right? But if you say you know what, I'm earning 3,000, I want 1 million, then it's possible. 3,000 is created the same way as million, but it's hard for you to rise in consciousness and match the frequency. So if you take relatively shorter steps, again, 20,000 is not really short. It's a lot of money, but if you take shorter steps, then you will go faster. So I've learned this the hard way, that you don't go for the next crazy step, because then it takes you so much time to really consciously question and believe, do I believe that? Is it ever possible? But if you take a relatively smaller step, you can go faster and you can actually get to million a lot faster. Okay, so setting yourself a frequency, creating your life. How would your life look like when you're attracting 20K? How would your life look like? Would you be living in the same house, or would you be living in a different house? What car would you be driving? How would you be living? So creating a very specific map, almost like a very clear idea of the life that you will be living with that amount of money, and then practicing living that. Okay. The more you do that, the more you match that frequency, the more you keep matching that frequency. Okay, so this is really, really important. Now, the other thing which is really important, which is the fifth one, is processing your emotions, which is so important. And it is so contradictory to what we are taught in the online space. In the online space, we are taught that, just switch your thoughts, just switch your emotions. And this is not the right thing to do, because your emotions, even your doubts, even your negative emotions, all those things are creating a frequency. And when you switch them, you're not switching the belief behind them. You're not switching the identity or the belief system that you hold that is causing those emotions or thoughts to come on the surface, right? So all you're doing is you tapping into that awareness and you're just ignoring it. It's like you're driving in a car and you see that red sign that there is something wrong and you just ignore it. What's going to happen? The car is going to stop, right? So you want to look at them and say, okay, if I'm thinking that, what is it telling me? Why am I thinking that way? If I feel this in my body just now, why did I think that? So be curious, uncover what is behind that. Feel the emotion without judgment, right? Because a lot of times we are taught, you just have to switch and feel good. And while you are in it, it's until you have processes, because emotion is emotion, energy in motion. What starts to happen is you force yourself to think positive, and you are struggling with thinking positive, and you're and the more you try, the more you feel bad for feeling bad. So now you're not just feeling bad, but you're feeling bad for feeling bad. And then you're so disappointed because you're trying so hard to feel good, but you're feeling even worse. So it just keeps compounding and you keep feeling bad for feeling bad. And before you know it, you're just in a huge mess of all the emotion with the worst frequency possible. So you rather say, okay, I'm thinking this way. Let me observe my human. Let me see what's going on. Let me uncover. Let me be curious. Let me ask, is there something I need to process? Sit with yourself, journal about it, uncover those things, process that, and then choose the new belief. Don't force yourself. It's like a child is crying and you're just saying, no, be happy, smile. How would that child feel? So when your inner child is feeling something, you want to be an observer. You want to sit with them. You want to allow them to process that, to feel it without judgment. And if you feel it without judgment, like just observing yourself, you're not taking on any negative frequency. You're just observing and allowing the energy in motion to process and leave your body. Okay, so this is really, really powerful. Don't switch, process. Okay, and when you do that, then you start to match the frequency of money that you want to manifest, and then all of a sudden your behavior will change. You will start to do things differently. You'll be more focused. You will be more empowered. You will be coming from a more inspired place. You will start to get ideas. Things will become a lot easier, and also you will start attracting things from the quantum. That means now you'll bump into somebody will show you an opportunity, then this will happen. So like Neville Goddard said, which is such a beautiful phrase, that the bridge of incidents will unfold. That's what's going to happen for you. The bridge of incidents will unfold for you, and you will start to notice like this, and after this and this, and before you know it, you'll be on that frequency and you'll be setting a new frequency. But one piece of advice which is really powerful is when you set that frequency, please write it on a goal card. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have manifested X amount of money in exchange for these services. Okay? And keep visualizing that. And I'll see you soon.